Welcome back to the Moonchild Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah KB, and today's topic is 3 reasons why you should spend quality time alone before entering into your new relationship. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. The first reason I have listed for today's topic, right, is to avoid bringing old baggage / energy from your last relationship into your new one. Pretty much self-explanatory, but I'll explain it a little bit. We all have our own energy signatures, right? We all know that. We all have unique energy signatures assigned to all of us. Okay, that just comes with our soul being here and incarnated again and whatever. So it's beyond the identity that you have here. It's the lifetimes before. It's the very essence of your actual being, right? Now this is also accompanied by, the energies that we take on here due to the families we're born into, the situations that we've been through as individuals and things like that. Right. So when we get into connections with other people, we are now sharing and mixing energy. That's one thing, but also the energy of the relationship, right? The energy of the connection that you guys had, or the mix of energy that you guys had, and the overall vibe of that last relationship, and this is what leads me to the baggage, right? Whatever you just finished dealing with, or whatever you just finished going through with that last relationship, if you jump too fast into another connection, you are now bringing all of that energy to a whole nother person and a whole nother relationship where it's supposed to be a fresh start. You understand? You're now tainting that by bringing old shit to new shit. Okay, so make sure you drop your baggage off at the door before you enter into a new relationship, because it will not benefit you at all. In fact, it will cause issues that don't even need to be issues. They don't even need to be there. But because you didn't do your job by taking a break from one connection to another, you are now blending a whole bunch of shit, right? I've known people who have never been alone. They've never spent time in between relationships to decompress and return that energy back to sender, and sit with themselves for a bit, right, before getting into another relationship. So they just been compiling a whole bunch of energies, you know what I mean? So they're a whole ball of just combination of a bunch of shit that needs to be detoxed. All right, so drop off your baggage before you get to a new relationship. Clear yourself of that old energy. Allow that energy to leave you before entering a whole new relationship, because it just gets chaotic from there. If you don't leave that shit, if you don't get rid of it, it just gets more and more chaotic from there, right? So some of us, we only need that one, because there's a lot of people who think, I'm gonna just get over this person by getting a new person, right? And obviously, as you know, because of what you're experiencing right now, that's not the way to do it, right? That's why shit is not working out for you. Number 2, the second reason I have is to give yourself time to heal and get back to yourself. Okay. So, whatever happened in that last situation, that last relationship, that last connection, whatever it was, whether it be, the heartbreak, abuse, whatever it was that you dealt with, whatever that was heavy, whatever that may have traumatized you, actually. You know, a lot of people think, you know, when you think of trauma, you only think of like childhood and think of things like that. But relationships, like real life adult relationships, can traumatize you. And they should be looked at as trauma when they are trauma, right? So, whatever you need to heal from that past relationship. Maybe it was certain words that were said to you that you internalized and you believe about yourself to this day, and you need to release. You know, you might need to release these type of things that were said to you, how they made you feel, those emotions. Give yourself time to heal from these things. Sit with these things and feel them and release them, right? Like I always say, do the shadow work, okay? Make sure you give yourself time to heal, okay? And also give yourself time to get back to yourself, get back to who you are, okay? Go back to spending time with yourself, get back into your own energy, your own essence, you know, do the things that you love to do by yourself. And in due time, you will be actually ready to start up a new healthy relationship. All right. So, and not to mention, by the way, before I get to this last point, the third point, we have sex with other people. We actually cannot control what part of their energy we're swapping with. Right. So if this person has different traumas and they're depressed and they're, you know, they're going through a bunch of dark shit, a bunch of heavy shit, and you have sex with them, you can't control what parts of them you receive energetically and vice versa. Right. We can hope that we'll get the best parts of them, you know, or we'll feel the best parts of them and have to, you know, go through life with that. But unfortunately, all the time when we have a lot of different sexual partners, energetically, we're taking on a bunch of their trauma, a bunch of what they've been through and things like that. So that's something that's noteworthy. That's why you don't want to just sleep with any and everybody. Be mindful of that. Like I said, we can't control what we swap with people energetically. All right. So know that. And so you want to cleanse yourself of all that shit before you get into another relationship. You understand? It's vital. The last reason I have listed for today, third reason, is to process the lessons that the last relationship was meant to teach you. Okay? This is probably the most important point. This is a big one. This is huge. I won't say the most important, but this is crucial. This is crucial. This is something that you must know. Like, more people should know about this. Here's the thing about vibration and what you're a vibrational match to, like I always talk about, right? In this case, when it comes to the law of vibration, there's no difference. There's no difference in what we talk about. We're talking about you as an individual spiritually, and we talk about this shit. This shit is something to be noted. This is something that you should definitely understand before getting into a new relationship. As you know, some people are strictly here to teach us things and we move on from them, whether it be in the form of a friend, intimate relationship, whatever it is, right? You have to know that if you don't learn the lesson, right? If you don't evolve past what you were supposed to learn in that last relationship, right? You are doomed to attract it again, right? You're going to attract the same type of person all over again with the same type of energy. And you will find yourself in such a similar situation, a similar relationship to the point where it will blow your mind. Like the person at times might even look like the last person. Might say things the last person said. You might find yourself with the same exact emotions that you had in the last relationship. This is simply because you didn't take time to learn from the last relationship, process the lessons that you were supposed to learn from the last relationship, and then evolve to your next level, evolve to your next height, right? To your next vibration. So I tell people this all the time. It doesn't matter, what you change on the outside. If you don't change the shit inside that cause you to attract the things outside, then you can't dodge the fact that you are doomed to repeat your history, because what's happening outside is only a reflection of inside. If you are still finding yourself attracting the same type of people, whether it be a woman attracting the same type of man that she's always attracted, a man attracting the same type of woman he's always attracted, the problem is you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the dating pool, none of that shit. All right, I don't want to hear none of that shit, because if you do your part on the inside, if you do what the fuck you're supposed to do inside, your outside reflects that. You start to attract things, new things according to your new vibration, right? Directly. It's no by luck, by fate, but like you are responsible for what you are attracting in your life. Okay. So you want to make sure you take the time to learn the lessons that you were supposed to learn before moving on to another person. Because if you just think, oh, it was a bad relationship, I'm over it now, I'm ready for another relationship, and then you find yourself in the same position again, it's nobody's fault but yours. It's not even the person's fault that you attracted them, right? So until you follow these steps, allow yourself or take these points into consideration and put them into your practices, you're going to continue to repeat your old cycles. Okay. You're going to continue to repeat them, right? There's no getting around that until you do what you have to do inside, right? Heal yourself, heal from whatever you have to heal from, and then start to entertain new connections and things like that. Because if you don't, you are definitely doomed to repeat what you just left. It's gonna be like the same shit all over again, right? So allow yourself to evolve from the lessons that connection was supposed to teach to you. We get into connections with people for lessons all the time. These are things, and it's a good thing, because this, a lot of times it makes it easier for us, because it's actually giving us a physical example of what we need to work on, right? And that's always a beautiful thing. You just got to learn to see it that way, and give yourself time to learn the lesson. Okay, give yourself time to learn that, and apply your new wisdom, your new knowledge to yourself, to your life. And then once you get back into dating and relationships and things like that, the type of people you attract then will be an upgrade from the last shit that you was attracting. Okay. So that's all the time I got for y'all tonight. This has been the Moonchild Podcast with the Moonchild, his motherfucking self, Elijah KB. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. For those interested in spiritual advice, I now have a page where you can sign up for a one-on-one hour session with myself. The link will be in the description. And for any questions and topics for the podcast, feel free to email them to me.